Grainger is a wholesale distributor of MRO products, which is indirect materials that the businesses use. Everything other than raw materials that you need to run in the offices, the factories, etc. We supply about, actually we carry about 135,000 products in over 400 locations around the country in the U.S. And we also source additionally an additional 600,000 products that we supply to the customers. I think the alignment between business and IT is actually a starting point. It is a process, but it is a starting point. I think there has to be a lot tighter integration between IT and the business. What we have done at Grainger is we have created what we call the process teams. And the process teams, they're co-located with our IT staff. And these teams, they come from the business, so they have a good understanding of the business needs, and they stay in touch with the business a lot closer compared with what the IT staff typically will be able to do. So when we have the staff meetings, we bring the process teams and the IT folks together. And if you walk into a lot of those meetings, it'll be difficult to tell who is an IT person and who is a business person. Now, even that, I would say that's a starting point. I think as time goes on, the business has to pick up a lot of more knowledge. Our process teams have to pick up a lot more knowledge about IT. And the same way, IT has to pick up a lot better knowledge about the business, so that it's a sort of immersion, if you will, as opposed to just alignment.
ChoicePoint is a company that specializes in providing data and analytics to companies to make better risk management decisions. And that can be in the area of insurance, employment background checks, government information, Patriot Act, etc. When I joined the company 6 years ago, all of the technology was siloed into individual business units. And when I say siloed, I mean everything: infrastructure, applications, all the people. And we went through a whole series of transformations to get to the point where we are today. We have business information officers that are responsible for the alignment within the actual business unit and the creation of the specific products. And then the shared services organization provides services to all those business units. Each of the business unit leaders has their own bucket of financial resources and people resources directly related to their business. So they make the decisions. They decide what gets funded within their business unit and how much money is spent, how many resources go towards that. The shared services organization then provides services to all those facilities, again in areas where scale, etc. matters. So through a federated structure, I've been able to really get rid of that problem of alignment. And I think many other CIOs might consider a similar organizational structure, maybe not completely federated, but some mechanism to ensure that their customers inside the organization have a true say in what gets funded and what doesn't get funded, and then help the organization optimize that spend. We had a lot of speed bumps as we went towards a federated structure. The first one was my boss originally didn't believe that anything should be centralized. And he really believed that a business unit leader should have all the resources that that person needed to run the business. So it was slow, incremental progress of showing a win, convincing somebody, showing another win, convincing another person. And literally, we had to go through the entire organization, business unit by business unit, leader by leader, and convince them that shared services made sense. We also had to convince all the business unit leaders that they really needed to have a business information officer leading the technology function within inside of their organization. ChoicePoint is a very acquisitive company. We average around 6 acquisitions annually, and it's been as high as 12. When I got to the organization 6 years ago, every business unit had multiple technology leaders, all doing their own thing, all heading off in their own direction. And by putting a business information officer into that business unit, we now had a focal point. One person that could say, here's the direction this business unit is going, and here's the services that are going to be required from the shared services organization. It just brought all the pieces together.